Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I'm Major Matthew Burgoon, the Deputy Commander of the Omaha District and the Master of Ceremonies today. On behalf of Brigadier General Jeff Van Epps, the Commander of the Northwestern Division, U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, welcome to today's Change of Command ceremony. This morning, we bid farewell to Colonel Mark R. Himes and welcome Colonel Robert J. Newbauer to the Omaha family. Special guests today include elected officials and their staff, retired general officers, commanders of adjacent military organizations, former district commanders, senior enlisted leaders, city officials, the district's corporate board, retired Omaha District employees, and you, the Omaha family. Today's ceremony is derived from our Army's first manual of ceremonies, the Blue Book. Written by General von Steuben, the ceremony includes posting of the colors, arrival of the official party, honors to the nation, the change of command, official remarks, and a musical conclusion. The music for today's ceremony is provided by the 312th Army Band from Lawrence, Kansas, commanded by Chief Warrant Officer 4, Sharon Toulouse, and led on the stage by Chief Warrant Officer 3, Nicholas Proctor. The color guard is provided by Omaha District Park Rangers. We hope you enjoy this historic event. Please rise for the posting of the colors and remain standing for the entrance to the official party, our national anthem, and the invocation given by Ms. Kayla Eckert-Upmore, Chief of Civil Works. General Van Epps will defer honors to Colonel Himes and his family.
Let us pray. Almighty God, we are thankful for the opportunity to safely come together to celebrate the Omaha District change of command from Colonel Mark Himes to Colonel Robert Newbauer. We give thanks for the years of dedicated service and sacrifice by Colonel Himes and his family, Tia, Madeline, and Olivia, in support of the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers and the larger United States Army, all for our great nation you watch over. Please bless them in their new endeavors. Thank you as well for preparing Colonel Robert Newbauer and his family, Rachel, Julian, Ava, Ren, and Sloan, to serve at this new level of increased responsibility and oversight. As he serves as the Omaha District Commander, we pray for his wise leadership in the momentous task of overseeing the team of professionals delivering infrastructure projects and services to the military departments, civil works, water resource partners, and other interagency partners across 10 states in the Northwestern Division. May you grant the Omaha District with wisdom, flexibility, and a collaborative spirit as we build bridges and partnership in support of engineering solutions to unique and unforeseen challenges. Grant each member of the team safety, a sharp mind, a keen eye, and a commitment to teamwork. These things we pray in your holy name. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. On behalf of the soldiers, civilians, and families of the Omaha District, Carly Hively of the 2023 Leadership Development Class will now present red roses to Mrs. Tia Himes and daughters Madeline and Olivia. Red roses symbolize the appreciation of the support and contributions made by loved ones. Nicole Caminoli and Edward McNamara of the 2023 Leadership Development Class will now present yellow roses to Mrs. Rachel Newbauer, daughters Julian, Ava, and Sloan, and will present a district coin to son Ren, welcoming the Newbauer family to the organization. The colors before you symbolize the very soul of the United States and the Omaha District. They record the glories of the past, stand as guardian over the present, and inspire in soldiers and civilians the loyalty, duty, and courage to accomplish the mission in the future. In the past, colors served as a rallying point for soldiers during battle. The change of command is a simple, traditional event that is rich with symbolism and heritage. The key to the ceremony is the passing of the unit's colors. These colors represent not only the lineage and honors of the unit, but also the loyalty and unity of its soldiers and civilians. The colors are the commander's symbol of authority, representing his responsibility to the organization. Wherever the commander is, there also are the colors. Historically, commanders ensured their unit flags were carried by one of their most trusted officers. This practice was used in the United States Army until 1813, when the regulations were changed and the flag was entrusted to color sergeants or sergeants major. The district commander selects one of their most trusted civilian advisors to perform the honors. Today, Mr. Ted Streckfus, the Deputy District Engineer, will have this honored role. The passing of the colors symbolizes the transfer of authority from the outgoing commander to the incoming commander. Because of the reverence commanders feel towards the colors, it is kept over their heart during the transfer. The passing of the colors demonstrates the organization that the old commander has passed the mantle of leadership to the new commander. Mr. Streckfus passes the colors to Colonel Himes for the last time, returning the colors entrusted to him 3 years ago. Colonel Himes passes the colors to General Van Epps, signifying a successful completion of command. General Van Epps passes the colors to Colonel Newbauer, charging him with the responsibility for the district as its new commander. By the authority of Army Regulation 600-20, paragraph 2-5, the undersigned assumes command of the Omaha District, United States Army Corps of Engineers, effective 26 July 2023. Signed, Robert J. Newbauer, Colonel, Engineer Commanding. Colonel Newbauer passes the colors back to Mr. Streckvis, signifying the trust the commander places in the workforce to accomplish the district's mission, thus completing the change of command. Ladies and gentlemen, the commander of the Northwestern Division, General Van Epps.
Hey, thank you. Distinguished guests, community leaders, fellow commanders, members of the Himes and Newbauer families, service members, civilians and friends of the Omaha District, U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, good morning to all of you. I want to thank everyone attending today's ceremony, whether in person or online. Your presence honors us, it honors this great district, and it honors the two commanders who we celebrate today. It's great to be back in Omaha, one of our division's two capital cities, a beautiful area with a long and proud tradition of supporting our military, with nearby Offutt Air Force Base playing such a key role in providing the strategic deterrent that guarantees our way of life and makes space for the resiliency of our great nation and this region's quality of life and economic prosperity. Thanks to our hosts in Omaha District and the many folks involved in planning and executing today's event. Great work, again, honoring this district and its departing and incoming commanders. It's always good to see familiar faces in the audience, a few surprises that I wasn't expecting, but just to name a few, we've got representing the Air Force's 55th Wing at Offutt, Colonel Patrick Kolesiak, Captain Andrew Bender of the U.S. Coast Guard's Upper Mississippi River Sector, and former Omaha District Commanders Bob Rook, Dave Press, and John Hudson. Nowhere is the Alumni Association for former district commanders stronger than here in Omaha. And of course, there are so many others, all fans, friends, and members of the Omaha team. Today's ceremony formally transfers the responsibility and authority of command through the symbolic passing of the unit's colors from one great leader to another, a time-honored tradition in our Army, and one that dates back to 1934 here in Omaha when the district was first organized. I want to recognize and thank the Himes family. Colonel Mark Himes, of course, his wife Tia, daughters Madeline and Olivia, parents Rick and Gail Himes, and his mother-in-law Mary Chandler. And I'd also like to recognize the Newbauer family, Rob, his wife Rachel, and their children Julian, Ava, Ren, and Sloan, along with his parents Roger and Patricia Newbauer. To all, again, welcome. Kayla, thank you for the inspiring invocation. You've got quite a future as an Army chaplain if you ever get tired of civil works. And to the 312th U.S. Army Band, we get such great support from our reserve component bands. The Corps of Engineers is really good at a lot of things, but military music ain't one of them. Thanks for supporting this ceremony with a shot of pomp and circumstance. And to the Color Guard from the Omaha District Park Ranger community, you looked great. And I also want to recognize the many dedicated Omaha District team members led by Melanie Englert, who works tirelessly behind the scenes to make this a first-class event. Well done. Please join me in a show of appreciation for their efforts. Now our nation asks a lot of the Army and of the Army Corps of Engineers. Support and defend, build and serve, deliver vital engineering solutions in collaboration with our partners to secure our nation, energize our economy, and reduce disaster risk. At my level, the division level, we do a lot of prioritization, coordination, synchronization, but it's the 43 USACE districts across the 9 divisions that are at the point of action. The districts deliver projects, the districts operate facilities, and the districts provide services for the communities we support. The mission of this historic district, the Omaha District, encompasses all of what USACE does: civil works, military construction, restoring the environment, all across the vast northern Great Plains. What started as a focused mission to build the Fort Peck Dam has expanded to a much more complex mission that includes the operation of 27 dams and 6 hydropower plants with a capacity to produce 2,500 megawatts of carbon-free, renewable electrical power. Flood risk mitigation, emergency management, protecting our waterways and wetlands, They've got a special projects division with rapid response capabilities that support global missions, and they manage 6 centers of expertise to offer technical advice across the Corps, anywhere, anytime. They also work with 26 Army, Air Force, and Space Force installations to support our servicemen and women and to keep our military second to none. Of course, the district does not execute this critical mission set alone. They are a team of teams with partners and stakeholders that include 53 Native American tribal nations, the Western Area Power Administration, U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, FEMA Regions 7 and 8, the state governments of Montana, Wyoming, Colorado, North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa, sister districts, our sister services, and of course industry, just to name a few. Command of a Corps of Engineers district demands the Army select its very best, especially given the intense congressional interest, engagement with tribal nations, state governments, and local officials, and the national security implications of their programs. In sending Mark Himes to Omaha, there is no doubt that this district got one of the Army's very best engineer officers, something Mark has proven again and again over the past 25 years, including here in Omaha. I could talk endlessly about Omaha's programs and projects and their progress over the past 3 years, but you already know about all of that. So instead, let me talk for a moment about my new favorite hashtag, Omaha 2025. I think that's how Mark has made an enduring impact on the district. By working closely with the corporate board, he and the team identified key areas to improve the quality of the work experience for district staff, improve business operations, revamp an already great leadership development program, position the district to prioritize the recruitment and retention of the brightest professionals to meet an ever-increasing portfolio of complex projects, and ensure the district has the right collection of skill sets to be on the leading edge of technological change. Collectively, this guiding vision and set of initiatives became the Omaha 2025 campaign. But Omaha 2025 is just the leading edge of change, change necessary to sustain what this district is known for, delivery. Omaha is renowned across the enterprise as one of the Corps' powerhouse districts, and that fact has only solidified over the past 3 years. When Mark took command in 2021, he inherited over $1.6 billion worth of projects annually. In 2023, the team is on track to implement over $2.3 billion in projects. Now, each of the 3 fiscal years I've been here, Omaha's end-of-year report sort of blasely says, another record program this year, as if it's no big deal. But it is a big deal, and the Omaha District continues to set a bar that few other districts across the Corps could hope to clear. Incredible work. Mark's inspiring leadership, tireless work ethic, integrity, and care for people set the conditions for a positive command climate. Omaha District is just a great team to be a part of. Mark, I congratulate you on an incredibly successful command. I have learned a ton from you as we've bonded over DAPL, Snake Creek, the F.E. Warren Weapons Generation Facility, winter storms, and other fun stuff. It has been a privilege, and I am very proud to have served with you. After 25 years of distinguished service, Mark decided he likes Omaha. Lots of opportunities here and no reason to leave, so he'll retire in Omaha and give a career with industry a shot. Mark and Tia, Madeline and Olivia, Godspeed as you begin the next chapter. You have many fans, including me, who wish you only the best. Thank you for all that you and your family have contributed to our great nation. And as always, when we bid farewell to the outgoing command team, we welcome a new one. Today, we welcome Colonel Rob Newbauer and his family. Rob brings his own extensive experience to Omaha. We can literally say his military career started at the bottom, with his first assignment being with the U.S. Army Dive Company at Fort Eustis, Virginia. He has since commanded an engineer battalion, served as the deputy commander of Louisville District, deployed numerous times to Afghanistan and Iraq, and now he comes to us from NATO duty in Mons, Belgium, where he served as the military assistant to the Supreme Allied Commander Europe and the commander of U.S. European Command. I've known Rob over a decade, and he's a seasoned professional and a talented engineer officer in his own right. He has a great reputation across the Army, And once again, the Army has sent the right leader at the right time. We're fortunate to have him lead this historic district. Rob, I'm really grateful for the chance to work with you again. I'm looking forward to everything that lies ahead. And finally, let me just close by recognizing this superb Omaha District team. Together, you are a USACE juggernaut. I could not be prouder to serve with you. More challenges lie ahead because you prove again and again that the tough phone calls all get forwarded to Omaha, and Omaha always answers the call. Thank you for all of your professionalism, your dedication, and your excellence in execution. And that's it. For all in attendance today to honor both of these great Army families and this great district, thank you again for your time and your support to the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, the outgoing commander of the Omaha District, Colonel Himes.
All right, here we go. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us today to recognize, reminisce, and celebrate. And before I get too far into this, I'm going to answer a question that I know y'all have on your mind. No, Rob and I are not twins or brothers. You guys probably didn't even know we switched seats after the ceremony. So as I begin, I want to recognize a few folks and thank a couple of special groups. I know we've got a number of former leaders of our regiment here in the audience today. Thank you so much for attending. I do want to recognize 3 former Omaha District commanders, Colonel Retired Dave Press, Colonel Retired Bob Rook, and Colonel Retired John Hudson. Thank you all for being here this morning. It means a lot. I want to welcome all my fellow commanders, retired colonels, district commanders, sergeants major, senior master chiefs. I want to welcome the many federal, state, and local agencies, our many partners, and the great industry representatives that are joining us today. Now, General Van Epps recognized the great 312th Army Band, but I truly appreciate them traveling all the way from Lawrence, Kansas to play for us today. You guys sounded great. Let's give the band another round of applause. I want to recognize the great people right here at the Holland Center. We're fortunate to have the ceremony this morning in this beautiful venue. Next, you all know that events like this don't just happen. It takes a lot of planning, coordination, hard work to pull it off. I want to thank some of the district folks who put this ceremony together. Many thanks to the ULA staff, Public Affairs Office, Executive Office staff, the LDP volunteers, Kayla Eckert-Upmore for the invocation, my trusty deputy, wherever he is, Major Matt Burgoon, and especially my executive assistants, Melanie Englert, for pulling together a first-class ceremony. And finally, how about our U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, Omaha District Park Rangers, serving as our color guard this morning? Let's give them a round of applause. You all look great this morning and performed your duties marvelously. You know, it's these park rangers and many others like them that are out on the front lines every day, serving across our country, at our recreation sites, campgrounds, waterways, and in our communities, providing safety, enforcement, and education. These are duty-bound officers committed to taking care of people and protecting our natural resources. Great job, guys. So as I begin my real remarks, so get comfy, folks, I really struggled on trying to figure out what I should say this morning. So I thought maybe I should just offer a few pieces of PABUI. And for those of you that don't know, PABUI is an acronym for priceless bits of useless information. For instance, Does anyone know why that highway up in South Dakota is named 1804 going north and 1806 going south? I know Ted knows. And I thought, nah, maybe I'll just tell a few stories. Like, how about that time when we got stuck in Montana with no change of clothes, no toothbrush, no electricity, and practically no food? I don't know, is Rick Knoll in the office or in the audience? I know you remember that. I think if I remember correctly, that was Sheila's fault. Or maybe a better story. How about that time when we were flying in a helicopter looking at flood repair levee work with a couple of general officers? Now this is a good story. As we're flying south, and we're flying, and we're flying, and we're flying, suddenly air traffic control comes over the radio. It's St. Joseph, Missouri, and they're wondering when we're gonna land in St. Joe. Well, for those of you that may not know, St. Joe is pretty far south and well out of our district boundary, and we were nowhere near where we needed to be. I'm not sure who to blame, but can you say navigationally challenged? I didn't blame you, Ted. It was funny, though. Then I thought, I know. I'll frame my remarks using something that I've framed pretty much just about everything from the beginning 3 years ago. And that's, I'll talk people, projects, and partners. But I thought that just seems trite at this point. So what I'm going to do is I threw all those ideas out and decided I'm just going to touch on 4 relatively short, relatively important messages. Number 1, talk a little bit about fundamental change. Omaha District, like the entire world, underwent a fundamental shift experienced for the first time in everyone's career. And I believe we came out with many positive workplace changes. Of course, I'm talking about COVID. Just 3 short years ago, the change of command ceremony was in a small conference room in our headquarters building. We were wearing masks, gloves, and there was very few people in attendance. An unmatched time in our history where the COVID pandemic completely changed the way government and industry operated. As the pandemic is over, many companies found that their business model had been disrupted in fundamental ways, and the government was no different. We continue to explore workplace innovations, finding better ways to take care of our people. We're utilizing new acquisition strategies and implementing cutting-edge technologies to better deliver projects. And we're seeking healthier ways to engage and support disadvantaged communities. We fought through the challenges of COVID. We learned some things. We continue to implement new ideas. And again, I believe we came out stronger and better than we were before. Number 2, I want to talk a little bit about spirit. Omaha District benefits from what I'll call a strong Midwestern work ethic, a way of thinking, a force, an attitude to get the job done. It's that trailblazer spirit. General Van Epps used the word powerhouse. I like that. Not afraid of doing tough things, not afraid to get things done. Maybe similar to a few explorers that navigated through this area almost 120 years ago. I'm so proud to be part of that spirit and to lead and represent this great organization for the last 3 years. I'm proud that I was part of something special. Number 3, I'm going to talk about workload. We've received record appropriations the last several years and the enormous expectations to go along with it. As workload is at unprecedented levels, and despite the record requirements, the staffing shortfalls, and many other challenges, this district continues to deliver for the nation. And I'm going to give you a few examples. How about the timely construction of 6 alternate care facilities in support of FEMA during the COVID-19 pandemic? These facilities provided critical medical-grade space for medical professionals and patients. How about the Natural Disaster Recovery Program right here at Offutt Air Force Base? over $1 billion worth of work rebuilding a majority of the base after the devastating floods of 2019. So here's a little statistic. As we raised the facilities above the floodplain, brought in over 896,363 cubic yards of fill. What does that mean? Well, that means we could fill Memorial Stadium down in Lincoln 3 times. That's how much dirt was brought in. How about our environmental remediation mission? Takes us to an amazing array of challenges around the nation. For example, our team is currently executing a challenging time-critical response action at Bellows Air Force Station in Hawaii to address cleanup of munitions, along with the ongoing tough environment in places like Cheyenne, Wyoming, where we're working tirelessly to address the treatment of TCE contaminants in the groundwater related to an Atlas missile site cleanup. How about the completion of a fish bypass channel along the Yellowstone River in Montana, a major milestone in fulfilling obligations to the Endangered Species Act, and more specifically, enabling the pallid sturgeon to spawn. And if I believe correctly, this project started under Bob Rook's watch. Is that right, sir? Well, we finally got it done. We finally got it done, sort of. How about weapons generation facility out at F.E. Warren, the first of its kind facility that modernizes a critical component of the nuclear triad and directly impacts our national security. An amazing facility with over 25,000 cubic yards of concrete and over 14 million pounds of steel. What does that mean? That's about equivalent to the steel it took to build the Eiffel Tower. And finally, how about the team that we have down in Puerto Rico? In less than 90 days, a rock star team resourced, transported, installed, and commissioned safe and reliable temporary power, 350 megawatts, for over 3 million people on the island, an unbelievable effort. Now, I could go on and on and on, and I won't, although I'd really like to, but these are just a few examples of the amazing work that this team has delivered. Ultimately, an astounding $3.2+ billion is what we'll deliver this year in program. Amazing stuff. And my fourth and final message. So I've mentioned fundamental change after COVID. I've talked a little bit about work ethic, and I've highlighted the record appropriations and workload being the highest in history across most of our programs. In this new era of telework and remote positions, it's critical now, more than ever, to ensure we continue to embrace the human element. Our people matter. Relationships matter. Take the time to do the extra things to invest in building relationships, in communicating, and in building the bonds that generate the right environment for growth, development, and success. General Van Epps mentioned Omaha 2025. We laid down with that vision a foundation for growth and development, and I believe that vision will continue to shape the future of Omaha District for success for many years to come. So as I close out my remarks and my command tenure with the Omaha District, I've got to thank a few people. First, I want to thank my parents. I'm so glad you're here for this ceremony. You haven't missed much of my career, and I can't describe in words what your love and support has meant to me. Thanks to my girls, Madeline. She hasn't known anything but the Army, moving around almost every summer. You've gotten to see and experience so many things in your young life, and I'm so proud as you continue to grow up. And to Olivia, who got escorted over there, she's known nothing but Omaha in her short 2 years. But she definitely keeps us on our toes and is such a blessing for our family. And finally, thanks to my wife. So many sacrifices, nights, weekends, dinners, vacations, family time, careers. I haven't been around much the last 3 years. I hope that'll change as we begin the new chapter. And, oh, by the way, I don't think I'm traveling next week, other than maybe to go do a little fishing. Thank you to General Van Epps. I always appreciated your willingness to listen, no matter the topic. I got to be honest, many of those topics, I'm not sure I would have answered the phone, but you certainly did. Thanks for your trust, your sound guidance, and your genuine mentorship. I know we, not I, we, the Omaha District, weren't always easy to handle, but you made it look easy. Sir, you're one of the best. Thanks for always taking good care of me and taking good care of our district. I want to wish the best of luck to Rob, Rachel, and your family. Congratulations, you won the lottery in assuming command of the Omaha District. The responsibilities are immense, the expectations are high, but you are among the very best this nation has to offer. I did my best, and I know you will do the same. Enjoy the ride. Remember, there's a great big group of folks, including some of these former district commanders, that are rooting for you. And count me in, I'm rooting for you too, and always a quick phone call away. And finally, to the men and women of the Omaha District, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. I greatly appreciate what you do to serve this district and the nation. Your work is often unheralded and misunderstood, but you're making a positive difference every day. Keep it up. You are building better. I'm so proud to say that I was once part of this great organization. Best of luck. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, the Omaha District Commander, Colonel Newbauer.
Well, good morning, everyone. General Van Epps, distinguished guests, past and present leaders from our regiment, friends and family, and members of the Omaha District. Thanks for being here this morning. Mark stole my joke about the relationship, but you know, I used to have hair, and my wife actually gave me this haircut to make the transition easy for the district. So I hope that aids you as well as it's aided me. But all kidding aside, hey, I'd like to start by saying how grateful we are to be in Omaha and part of this powerhouse district, as both these leaders mentioned. It's got a tremendous reputation, and that reputation comes solely from the hard work and commitment from the members in the audience and for those viewing virtually. General Van Epps, sir, I appreciate the confidence you and the team having me to assume command of this organization. Omaha is a key element of Northwestern Division, and I intend to serve the district and division well. A few other people I'd like to thank. You mentioned the band. Got some visual support from the Portland District, the Color Guard, gents look awesome, and all of the members of the district who had a hand in putting this ceremony on. Specifically our PAO team, the executive office, and Melanie. Excellent job. Matt, I know you're just doing what you're told, so you don't get much credit, buddy. Hey, to my parents today, Roger and Patricia, hey, thanks for all the support over the years and instilling a sense of service in all our kids. Hey, my parents were social workers for the state of Michigan for over 30 years, and that model of service had an effect on me and set an example, so thanks. To my wife, Rachel, and our 4 kiddos, Julian, Ava, Ren, and Sloan, the move to Omaha marks move number 11. I know transitions have been tough, but your support and love through them has been truly the strength of our family. Mark and Tia, first, thanks to all the help in transition. You answered every question with candor and honesty, and you were extremely welcoming. It also helps you live about 400 meters from our front door. But I want to thank you for your 26 years of service. It's a tough road, and congrats. Although Tia and the kids deserve most of the credit, as my wife would atone to that, but as you move to your next chapter, our family wishes you the best of luck. And finally, to the members of the district, your service to the district and the nation deserves a thanks. We do important work which directly translates to the health of this nation. And I look forward to continuing this work with each of you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and join in the singing of the Engineer and Army songs. The words for both songs are printed on the back of your program. Please remain standing until the official party departs.